You ever notice why my shelf looks crooked? It's just a weird camera shot, and I'm just an amateur. Anyway, hello and welcome to my show. Today we're going to tell a bunch of I jokes. You're going to see them throughout the show today. But first I have a couple of my own. Here's a question for you. And I asked one of my students this question. I said, what do you call a deer with no eyes? And she said, I don't know. And then I asked my wife the same question. What do you call a deer with no eyes? And she says, I have no eye deer. Get it? Anyway, today our special segment is called Culture Corner. That's where we talk about poetry. And there's going to be one of the most unusual poems that you've ever heard. So I hope you enjoy it, or at least if you don't enjoy it, I hope you groan a few times. Hello everyone, and welcome to Culture Corner. Many of you are not aware of this, but I am a patron of the arts. I can be very patronizing at times, but that's neither here nor there. One of my favorite art forms is poetry, because a poet is able to paint a picture just with words on a page. That in itself is art. One of my favorite poems of all time was written by Dr. Robert Rohde, a professor of English at some university somewhere south of Indiana. When he was an undergraduate at Indiana University, he wrote a poem called My Eye, and it is a very sensitive look at the use of words as they relate to our vision. My Eye by Robert Rohde. There was a flower in my eye. It was an iris. There was a camera. I had its lens. There was a school. I had its pupils. There was a box, and I had its lid. But the greatest thing of all was the fine, upstanding crop of cornea that grew there in my eye.